Hey Crestwood, happy Wednesday to you all. Hope you all are having a great day today on this March 9th as we, incredibly move through March as quickly as we are. There are so many ways that God is blessing us. I hope you're experiencing those as well. It's my honor to present to you this devotional for this day. So today I'm thinking about belonging and what that means. As you all know, if you've watched previous devotionals, we have had 2 more chickens show up in our backyard, kind of out of nowhere, bringing our total to 8. We have named them Johnny and June, which means they are staying because we've named them. They're not going anywhere now. And they have slowly integrated themselves into the rest of our flock. At first, the other 6 ladies they were pretty accepting of June, didn't really want to have a lot to do with Johnny, but slowly they have accepted both of them. Initially, they were sleeping up in a tree. We moved them into the run, so they slept in there. Now they're going into the coop with the other girls, and they're all sleeping in the coop together. And it's amazing to me how Johnny and June have changed just in the few weeks they have been with us. They're eating better, so they're getting bigger. They're feeling more a part of the rest of the group. Johnny has started crowing, which when he does that at 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday, doesn't make me really happy, but I am happy he's found his voice. It's amazing to me how once they found a home and once they felt accepted, that they are changing, they are growing, they are coming into who God created them to be. And I think about that in relation to us, how we have been so displaced in these last couple years, so disoriented, feeling like we don't necessarily have a home outside of the place where we were confined for so long. I've talked with a number of people who, on their first Sunday back to church, said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much I missed this. I didn't realize how much this place is like home to me." And that's because we belong here. We belong at Crestwood. We belong in the church. We belong in a community of faith where we can be loved and accepted and forgiven and inspired, all those sorts of things. We haven't had that in some ways. Not that the church closed, but we haven't been able to come together and experience that. And this past Sunday was our first Sunday where we were mask optional, and we saw a number of people that we hadn't seen in well over a year. And there was this amazing spirit to the worship because I think people felt like they had come home again. And in coming home, they can feel accepted. They can find their voice. They can know that this is who God created them to be. You know, the only thing in Genesis when God is creating everything that God says isn't good is when he realizes Adam is alone. And God says, "I need to make you a partner." And that is why we have the community of faith. Paul talks about us as the body of Christ, and each of us make up a part of that body. And if even one of us is missing, then the puzzle isn't complete. And so my prayer for you is that you consider what it means to find where you belong. That can be in your family. For some people, that's not their family. It could be in a community group. It could be at a church. Wherever it is, lean into that sense of belonging. There is so much in our world that makes us feel alone, isolated, separated from each other. And yet God calls us to be connected to God, connected to each other. That's harder work these days to realize where our connections come from. So my prayer for you is that you find those places of connection and that you remember your church is always a place where you can find a home. It's always a place where you can feel connected, a part of something bigger, where you can find your voice, where you can know that you are a part of this family. And I encourage you to really lean into that because there are days we're going to feel like we're in this all by ourselves and we don't know what the answer is, and it can be paralyzing. But you are not alone. You have your church family, whether it's Crestwood or another church, who can love on you and walk this journey with you. So I want you to remember, you belong. Most of all, you belong to God, your creator, who loves you and accepts you for exactly who you are and who is always calling you to be even more than you are. We don't do that ourselves. We do that through the grace of God that we have experienced through Jesus Christ, and we do that through the acceptance and belonging to a community. I'm so honored to be a part of this community, Crestwood, and I ask that you continue to live out your faith and lean into your faith of being the body of Christ in this world. God bless you, Crestwood.